Hi everybody, I'm David Ibañez Martí, I'm from Spain, and today I'm going to make a caulk and wedge roadster, a plain stump roadster. So this is an English shoe, a traction shoe. So it's a shoe that appears in a lot of competition. It's a very good test of shoemaking, and I'm going to explain how I make it and some tips. So what I'm going to do is to mark my stock. I'm going to off my center 20 millimeters in the center, and I'm going to mark 40 millimeters to the outside heel. So now I'm going to put in the forge. So what I'm going to do first is to bump the toe. I need a strong toe because it's a traction shoe, so need to be thick and need to be wide. So I want to end with a thickness of 13 millimeters in the toe. And then what I'm going to do is like a normal shoe. I'm going to bend my toe. I'm going to make my inside heel. This is a wedge. So the wedge is quite narrow. It's fitted like a hunter feet on the inside heel, and the caulk is wide to give support on the outside. So what I'm going to do first is my wedge and then my caulk. It's also very important to get a strong clip on the toe to give some good support to the hook wall. And in this shoe it's very important to get a good wedge section from the toe to the heel. So we start 13 millimeters and we finish up in 7 millimeters pretty much. So heel is set down with an angle to the toe, it's not flat, it's angled to the toe. And wedge has a shape in the outside edge. We need to get a flat surface till the end because it's hunter feet, and we will box the outside heel with a rasp. It's very important to get a square section to the end and get a sharp edge here in the end of the heel. So it's very important to get the steel very hot, very warm, to be able to move a lot of steel in one hit. Because it's 30 by 12, so it's a big piece of steel, and we will try to put more than 1 inch in the toe in one hit. All the basics on that shoe are the same basics than a normal shoe. Like a 3/4 fullered shoe or a plain stump shoe. Those are the same basics. Plain stump position, heel, shape of the heels are exactly the same. Position of the clip, balance of the shoe are exactly the same than a normal shoe. So now it's pretty much ready. I will try to keep a white piece of steel hot to be able to bump a long time. So don't keep too narrow, try to keep a little bit wide to be able to draw then all the transitions. going to flat the inside edge. On both sides to get same width. And now I'm going to work the outside edge. So I'm going to take another hit to bump the toe a little bit more and then bend the toe. So when we have to move a lot of steel, we have to take a good hit, a lot of temperature on the same place. Don't be too cold, because if not, it's very difficult to move the steel. So same to the toe bend, to the caulk, especially when they are big sections. I will take another hit just to bump a little bit more, and another one to bend the toe, because toe bend is the most important part of all shoes. So if I have a good toe bend, it will be easier to make the shape afterwards. Just a quick bump. Flat the inside edge. And work the outside edge. So we can see here how my inside edge is straight, and I have all the stuff on the outside edge. It's very thick now, it's over than 15 millimeters, and here is maybe 10 millimeters. So when I'm going to bump, it's gonna be wedged. When I'm going to bend the toe, it's gonna be wedged on the toe. I always put my inside into the forge, inside branch into the forge and the toe. So when I'm bending the toe, I'm going to start to draw a tiny bit the end of the inside branch. So for the next hit, I will get my inside branch already a little bit narrow. Now is the most important part of the shoe. I'm going to bend my toe, thinking about the hoof shape. So if I have a pointed shape, I will make a pointed toe bend. If I have a rounded shape, I will make a rounded toe bend. So this is very important to make on the first time. So I will take 90 degrees with my steel to get good point, So now I take 90 degrees here. I will bend my toe. It's a lot of stuff to move, so I need a lot of temperature. So I will draw the end of my branch. I brush my toe, and I will flat with an edge. Keeping my outside edge thick and my inside edge thinner. So now I have my toe bent. I'm going to stretch my inside branch, and I'm going to set back down to make the wedge. So now, when I'm stretching, I try to don't be too narrow on the end of the heel, because I need a little bit of support to fit my heel, and it's very important to be flat till the end. Don't be round at the end of the heel. I need a sharp corner on the end. Then I will need an angle here and an angle here. And same here, I need a shape on the outside of the wedge. All of that I will do with the hammer, and I will be finished on the rasp. So when we make plain stamp shoes, it's very important to keep a nice section, because then we won't be fullering the section, and the possibility of work on the branches is less than a fullering shoe. So if I have some bumps on the section, it's gonna be more difficult to get an even section. So now I'm going to stretch the end of the branch. Now I set it down. So now I will take another hit to finish up my wedge. Set it down. Set it down the section. So when I work here, my hammer has an angle. So once my wedge is finished, I will finish up with a rasp. This is a big wedge because it's a big shoe, it's 30 by 12, so I need a proper wedge. So now here, I will rasp the back of the wedge. I will make it round. I will clean it up. So this is gonna be my wedge. And now I'm going to make the caulk. So now to make the caulk, I will bend it over without set it down. I don't set down the material. I do that at the end because if not, it's quite easy to lose material. So I will bend directly on my section. I will take 4 centimeters, so 40 millimeters. And the most important thing when I make a caulk is to keep it a little bit open, a little bit more open than 90 degrees. If I set it at 90 degrees, I will cut my section underneath. So I have to keep it a little bit open to get material on the base of the caulk. So when I'm setting down, when I hockey stick, I need to keep the piece upright. I need to keep the piece quite straight. If it's bending, I have to put it straight again. So what I do is I bend, I set it down to get a strong block, and then I start twisting the block and making the shape of the caulk. So it's quite important to get my caulk in line of travel. So most part of the times in line with the first 9 holes. But most important is to get it on the line of travel. I just marking a tiny little bit here. I bend it. Keep it straight. Once I have my block, I come here, I start bending, and now I'm shaping the caulk. Always keeping a little bit more open than 90 degrees, always. I'm shaping the caulk. So I do that on the first hit. What I'm doing to make now is to twist a little bit more and shape it up and finish my caulk. So it's very important to keep the good shape and the good angles to don't be away of the center of the stock. So we have to finish with something symmetrical, same angle here than here, and those 2 lines parallel like that one. So if I tap more on one side than the other side, I will get one side longer than the other side. So it's not gonna be symmetrical. So now I'm going to brush. Just set down a little bit more. Keep it open a little bit. Shaping up. Keep it open. Set it down. And now I start to set down the section. Very important to keep the caulk on the edge. So always at the end, when I warm my caulk, I work with my hammer with an angle, no flat, an angle to the toe. So I will take one more hit just to clean up the branch, to make a nice section. More I need to bend my branch, more angle I need on my caulk. More straight is my branch, more straight I need my angles on the caulk. So the height of the caulk normally is double of the section, pretty much. So now I'm going to clean it up, my section, open a tiny bit the branches, make my first nail holes, and then I'm going to bend my outside, stamp on the outside, and inside stamp inside. It's important to keep the good proportion on the size of the caulk, the wedge, the toe and the section for the size of the shoe. If I have a smaller shoe, I will have a smaller caulk, wedge and toe and everywhere. If I have a bigger shoe, exactly the same on the opposite way. So now I put my branch straight. And I will draw just the end of the branch to get a sharp corner on the end. So now I have my heel caulk, it's symmetrical, so we can see with a caulk made with a smaller section, we can see the difference of size. Shape is pretty much the same, size is much bigger because section is wider. So this is 25 by 12, this is 30 by 12. So I'm going to finish with my rasp, just cleaning up the edges a little bit. The most important in the caulk is made by hammer. Then rasp is only to clean it up a little bit. Very important to don't get any marks on the section. Clean section on the end. So now I'm going to mark my first nail holes. I will mark on the center of the stock. Same in the inside. What I'm going to do now is to bend my quarters, mark my stamps and stamp. So it's quite important to get a wedged section, but not being too thin here at the end. Because if it's too thin here, it's possible to bend the caulk of the wedge. Okay? So I need a strong section all over the branch. So at the end, the outside branch will be longer than inside. So when I bend my quarters, I will get more here than here. So those quarters will be on the same line pretty much, but one branch will be shorter after the quarters. So this is gonna be fitted like a hunter fit, and this one like a normal fit. So to bend the branch, also is very important to get even temperature everywhere, like the rest of the shoes. Quite good temperature to bend this here, the branch. So now my heel caulk is done. I'm just going to bend the branch, flat inside edge, mimer stamps, and finish up the stamps. I'm going to make 4 on the outside, punching 4 on the outside and 3 on the inside, because it's a big shoe. So now I brush. I start opening a little bit my branch, just bending first on the heel. I brush. Flat inside edge. I'll punch. First one, last one in the quarters. and then I will put 2 in the middle. So to punch my nail holes, I don't need a lot of temperature, just a little bit more than I had. So I will be punched with the angle of the hook ball, with the stamp number 1, the started one, and then with the stamp number 2, just to finish up my nail hole. It's very important to work my branch till the end of the branch, but not damaging the edge of my caulk. So now I'm going to punch with the starter. Now I'm going to finish with the second stamp, same angle. And now I'm going to pre-chill. Brush. So now I will flat my section. Now one half is done. What I'm going to make is the other half and repeat the process. So it's quite important to keep it good surface on the end of the heel, because it's a hind, so I need a good support on the outside heel. So if I have a big toe, I need the big heel caulk also. If I have a smaller toe, I will get a smaller heel caulk, always in proportion with the toe to the heels. always we have to repeat same on both branches. If I want to get consistent forging, I need to be consistent with the hammer. So I have to repeat all these things in one side and the other side. So I will bend my branch, I will flat my inside edge, I will punch my nail holes and finish up the branch. So now I start bending my inside, always going through the branch to the end. I brush before flat my section. I flat my inside edge. Keep it always on the good level. I will mark my last nail hole a little bit higher than my outside. I will measure with my caliper. That's right. The third one in the middle. So now I'm going to punch. I need some more temperature, so I'm going to put on the forge again. Always keeping my section flat. So it's very important in whole shoes we make. Everything we do, try to keep it and don't destroy. So if we do that, we will be moving forward. If we do something and then we destroy, we will be forward and back all the time. So we never advance. We will stay on the same stage always. So everything we do, try to keep it. Now I'm going just to work a tiny bit the section. Bend it over a little bit in the corners. Always keeping my wedge angled to the inside. Now I do with my second stamp. Always following the line of the branch. Pre-tail, same angle. So once that's done, I will finish up my branch. Work the edges. And flat my branch. When I flat the branch, it's very important to keep the wedge on the edge of the anvil. So that's pretty much done. This is the shoe. So this is in line with the nail holes or line of travel. If I have a horse that is moving differently, I will make my line of caulk a little bit twisted to the outside, a little bit more. Now I'm going to pull my clip. Always keeping my inside edge level. So now I'm going to use a big bob punch to the clip. I want to make a big clip. This is a big shoe, but also is a toe clip shoe. So it's for a workhorse, so it needs a strong clip. I'm going to pull the clip, remake my stamps, and then rasp the shoe. I need a lot of temperature because it's a lot of material to move. So first thing, I'm going to brush the toe, flat a little bit inside edge, as always. Place my bob punch. So now I have my bubble here. I have a lot of material to get my clip. So next stage, I'm going to set down the stuff and then draw the clip. So I come here with the flat of my hammer. I pull the material. Now I come here. I work on the base of the clip to get a strong clip. Strong base on the clip. And now I'm pulling the tip of the clip. So now I have a pretty strong clip, pretty big. Don't need to be too big. I need more to get a good base and strong base. Now I come here. I will flat the back side of the clip. Exactly the same process than the rest of the shoes. So now I have my shoe pretty much done. I'm just going to finish up my section, flat a little bit more. And rasp the shoe. I don't need a lot of temperature on that stage. I will keep my caulk in line. I will check my shape. Will open a little bit outside. I will flat tiny little bit to clean it up the branch. And I will remake my stamps. Always following a line on the branch. So now back preachel. It's a smaller preachel. Just to finish up. A brush. repeat exactly the same process. So right now I brush the branch. Flat. Oops. Now I finish up my stamps. Now I try to get it flat, finish up. It's not easy to get flat that shoe because if there are many different angles. So now I'm going to rasp the shoe. Same on the other side. I finish up with the file. Finish up my caulk. Now I will be finished my wedge. And I'm going to finish with the sandbox a little bit. So if we have a look here, we can see a heel, normal heel, like a normal shoe. So this is very important to understand there is a normal shoe only with a caulk and a wedge. So this is pretty much done. Just I'm going to hit a little bit more and brush. So this is pretty much the shoe. Caulk and wedge roadster, 30 by 12 is big size, so need big caulk, big wedge, big toe. Maybe it's not the best caulk and wedge in the world, but I think it's a good example. Strong clip, strong toe.